Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today in what is likely going to be my most important video before XRP hits new all-time highs to date. Every now and then over the years, I give all of you a very serious reminder about what the real most important thing in crypto is. One of the biggest turnoffs in crypto is all the tech shit. Do you mean to tell me that if I click the wrong button or if I miss a letter in copying and pasting an address, I lose all of my money? This is what has been the biggest barrier to entry for mass adoption in the crypto space. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But that's also what makes crypto so powerful. You can hop on a plane with just a seed phrase and a USB ledger device of your choosing and potentially just travel with $1 billion. That's how powerful this is. But just as powerful as that is, it makes you a target and it makes you vulnerable. And ladies and gentlemen, for years, I've been recommending only the correct wallet for all of you to use. Ledger has let us all down. The 2020 data breach from Ledger made people's addresses, phone numbers, and emails absolutely vulnerable. Until this day, people get scammed with letters, emails, scam texts, etc. Plenty of people have lost money because of Ledger's breaches and data leaks. Elipol, just the other day in October, had a $3 million XRP hack. Imagine losing $3 million in XRP based on the USB stick or piece of device that you choose. This is unacceptable. And that's why I take my crypto security so seriously. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here today with an important video and an important reminder of why I do the things I do. The Decent wallet is my favorite crypto wallet on the planet because still to this date, there are no recordable hacks that have ever occurred with them. They have a heightened level of security that I personally respect deeply. And if you're going to be having millions, maybe billions in XRP, if we go to $589, $10,000, or even just hit, double digits, you're going to be a target and you're going to have a lot of money in these technical devices. So you should know how it works. Today I had the pleasure of speaking with Mr. Kim from Decent to let us know why the Decent wallet should be your number one choice in crypto security, because it's definitely mine and I don't make mistakes when it comes to the tools I recommend in crypto. An ounce of prevention beats a pound of cure. And I'd rather you prevent yourself from losing XRP due to a technical mistake or the wrong device than anything else. Please enjoy this informative video as it helps answer a lot of security questions. And if you aren't doing so already, get your Decent wallet down in the description below. Now, without further ado, guys, I leave you with Mr. Kim. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I have a very special guest today, my friends. We have Mr. Kim here from the Decent wallet, CBO. And we're here to discuss a lot of just the security features that Decent have. A lot of the reasons why I've chosen them to be my favorite wallet in crypto. And as a lot of you at home know, I take my security in crypto very seriously. I've always recommended you not keep your cryptos on the exchanges. And because of that, you have not experienced losses from exchanges like FTX and BlockFi and Celsius on this channel. I'm also very wary about what wallets I recommend as well. I've had a lot of personal clients lose funds from having their crypto on Exodus. I've had some people get hacked from certain wallets. And for example, just the other day, Mr. Kim, we saw a massive hack from Elipol, and someone who lost millions of dollars from that specific wallet. Something I'd like to ask, just because it's the security space and the security aspect of crypto, what exactly happened during that Elipol hack, and what distinguishes you guys from preventing things like that from happening?
All right, Bearable. So I really love your opening because I don't know how you make those kind of voice. But to answer your question, before we start further, this is Wan Q Kim. I'm the Chief Business Officer. Yes, I'm the Chief Business Officer at IO Trust, the creator of the Decent Wallet. We introduced this hardware wallet since 2018. We are based in Korea, but the thing is, our global coverage is more than 200 countries in the world. And to answer your question about the recent sort of the security accident in my one of my competitors, I mean, it's not fair for me to give a very clear statement, but based on my understanding that it should be related with sort of the users sort of the behavior, because the thing is, uh, same thing like a decent wallet, that all hardware wallet is offering sort of the similar sort of the security level. But the more important thing is that how to use this wallet and what kind of security level that you need to set up.
Okay, and so I guess my question for you is based on what you said. What distinguishes decent from having these types of accidents from happening? Because I hear a lot of just horror stories from things like Trust and Atomic and Exodus and Elipol and even Ledger. But I don't really hear horror stories from you guys, right? So I'm curious to
Right.
see what you guys have done to help, especially limit things like this from happening.
All right. So, I mean, before we answer your question, why don't we just, start with like, just in a brief overview about who we are and what kind of feature that we are offering, and then, we can move to the sort of the Q&A session. Is that okay?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. So I don't know whether you can see my screen, because assuming that you do see my screen right now. So IO Trust is the sort of the wallet company for digital asset management as well as blockchain services. So under IO Trust, there are two business segments that we are running. The first one is the Decent Wallet, the world first biometric hardware wallet with mobile Bluetooth connectivity, and there are various types of the wallet that we are offering. And the second business pillar that we are focusing is the Whipping, is mainly for the B2B2C. So our target customer is in our sort of the business or enterprise services. So can you just go to the next slide?
Yes.
All right, so as of now, that we are proud to be present ourselves as a super wallet provider, because we already made it entire crew at the IO Trust already committed for the wallet, and further to that, the wallet self custody wallet. So right now, we are number one in the Korean market, and until now, we already have approximately 10 million US dollars of the capital investment from leading partners, and there are more than 220 countries there are spread it in for the global decent user, and we are already appointed by the Korean government as a baby unicorn. Yes, so in short, that our company was founded in 2017. On following year, the world first hardware wallet, which is a decent biometric, which is one you are using, was introduced in the wallet. I mean, in the world. And in following year, in 2018, that there was another hardware wallet was introduced, which is a card type wallet that support the NFC communication protocol. And 2020, the mobile app wallet was introduced. And 2023, there is another business segment, which is a Whipping wallet, was launched. And we are gathering the many enterprise customer for these services. So right now, this is the sort of the decent key feature. So as you can see that, the Korea is contributing approximately 30 something percent of our entire revenue. And surprisingly that, United States is even bigger than my home country. But in a nutshell, that, approximately 70 something percent is contributing from the global market, although that we are based in the Korea, and there are more than 400 affiliated, including the variables, and in total of 10 million subscribers are already supported our community, and we are supporting the Korean, English, German, Japanese, Spanish, and Portuguese languages. And we do have our own mobile app, not like other competitor, that also communicate with the hardware wallet. So you can just, I would say pick whatever the product portfolio that you are comfortable, because the same user interface is gonna be displayed, and only difference is where your private key is stored and how to confirm. So in a nutshell, for this biometric wallet, all you have to do is just scan your fingerprint to confirm it. And for the card type wallet, you have to scan this NFC card to the backside of your smartphone. And mobile app wallet, which is hot wallet, but only difference is this private key is going to be saved somewhere in your mobile app. So right now that this biometric wallet is our flagship hardware wallet, and it support more than 84 blockchain network. And the key components such as a screen or the fingerprint sensor, as well as a Bluetooth connectivity, is already in there. And we are using the multi-chip architecture, and we are also using the certified EAL5 plus secure element to store users' private key in encrypted data. So now this is a key feature, because when you just download this mobile app, the first screen that you are going to see is the asset portfolio. You can just I would say see how your asset is doing based on the daily, weekly, monthly, or annual basis. And the second screen that you see is you can see the proportion of each asset product portfolio. So in other words, that this single glance or single screenshot is going to help you to understand how your asset is doing and what is your percentage of each digital asset that you are holding it. And next slide. Yes. So second slide, second feature is the swap feature that support the cross chain or the interchain. All you have to do is just select whatever the coin that you want to change from and to. And when you just enter the swap button, and you will just see all different types of service provider that are supporting those pair. So you can see that what is the most competitive rate that each service provider is offering. And when you just select the pair, all you have to do is just confirm the transaction by scanning your fingerprint. And the beauty part is, if there is any direct pair is not supported at the Decent wallet, what it's going to do is we are going to make another suggestion that there is another route to swap this certain coin to the A coin. And you can see that how this architecture or the cross chain is going to be swapped at the single platform. And this is another one, the insight, because there are tons of information is spreading in the whole world. And frankly speaking, that you cannot judge that which information that you need to see. But as you can see on the top, and there is the sort of the industry sort of the fear or the market feature, whether this current market is a bear market or the bull market. And you can see that one of the top 7 coin from the CoinGecko or the CoinMarketCap. And online service is another one that we are focusing, because to enter this cryptocurrency, you need to purchase the sort of the cryptocurrency from somewhere, from the central exchange. But the thing is, until we introduce this online service, and you have to open up the account is any kind of central exchange to buy it and transfer to the Decent wallet. But right now that this feature can be supported at the single platform from the various service provider that has been already engaged. And there is another feature called as an in-app browser called Discovery tab. And you can just enter your service URL on the top of the address, the service that you want to be connected, or you can just register as a favorite to register those service banner in this Discovery tab. And once you just click, all you have to do is just connect the button, because this service is going to recognize your wallet address automatically. And you can just use all different types of DF services, such as staking, yield farming, NFT marketplaces, so on and so forth. And earlier that I already mentioned that it's really crucial to understand that which service or which site that is a legit or not. and we already added this scam detection feature. And once this user trying to connect any kind of malicious app, it will show the alert message to confirm whether they are going to connect your wallet to this mentioned service. Of course, most of users will take this message very seriously, and hopefully not to get connected with those kind of scam or the malicious app, because as soon as you confirm the transaction, your private key, you are authorizing the third party to have access to your private key. So more to come, that there are another feature that is under developing right now. So staking service is hopefully that we are going to launch sometime in the next quarter, and the off ramp. So now Decent Wallet is supporting the purchasing the cryptocurrency at the Decent platform, and now once this feature is embedded, that you can just sell off your cryptocurrency and deposit into your bank account. And there's another type of app wallet that we are going to launch, which is support the social login. So instead of entering or writing down the 24/6 phrase, and it reduces those kind of complicated onboarding process. And another feature that I want to highlight is a BIM, which is going to give you some inside information that which token or which project is about to list it in the central exchange. And there is the crypto card payment where you can use your crypto in the real world, like a Visa or the MasterCard. So now to conclude my sort of the short information about us, that you can say that this is not just a wallet. On top of the uncompromised security that this platform is going to offer, sort of the unlocking the reward, and you are going to have access to the exclusive benefit. And furthermore, that there are tons of services that are going to be integrated, which means that there will be the seamless interaction with the Web3 services by the few clicks. So now you know that not your key, not your crypto, and the self-custody cold wallet. This means that you have a full ownership of a private key, and it's going to be saved in offline as encrypted data, and you can enjoy Web3 services seamlessly. So this is I know that you have a very strong support for the XRP community. So I just want to share, my insight about the XRP market, including the Asian. I don't know whether you're going to be interested in, but XRP stands at the Asian market is very solid.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes. So now my home country, Korea, is taking approximately 20-something% of the daily worldwide transaction volume from only 7 million users. And the number one central exchange Upbit itself, the daily trading volume is more than 500 million US dollars. And XRP is always at one of the top 5 trading pair. And the previous year, there is the peak of the daily transaction volume, which was more than 700 million US dollars. And we do have a very strong, I would say, community for the XRP, because Decent was one of the few hardware wallet to support the Spark token airdrop. And now you already saw that there was a recent announcement that XRP Foundation was made for the LUSD. So this is a native stable coin. And I guess, this is going to be very killer application when it comes with the real world use cases. Because in the last slide, last comment, as you can see that, let's just assume that XRP price will hit 100 US dollars. But I don't think, most of the holders will not sell those XRP, but they can just convert some of the XRP token to the LUSD and just do the make a payment or the cross-border transfer. That's how I do see that there is a potential or the synergy between the native XRP token as well as a stable coin. And furthermore, that there is another EVM side chain was introduced, because until now, that to support the XRP ecosystem is a bit complicated, to be honest. But the thing is, with this side chain, which is comparable to the EVM, now all the builders or the service provider can build their own service for the XRP because it's gonna be compatible with the EVM, which means that it's going to support the smart contract, and it will open up the various DeFi system access, and they can even issue the NFT or creating the metaverse. And for the developer perspective, that they're already familiar with the developing the service based on the EVM. Now they can use or they can develop the service on XRP ecosystem. So as I mentioned earlier, that it was a bit hardest to support the native token to the DeFi because due to the token architecture. And I do see the XRP ledger is like a bank-only payment machine, which means that if there is any kind of update or the change has to be needed, entire ecosystem has to be changed. But now with the side chain, it's like an EVM. I think you do not have to go through entire huddle to make any kind of update or change. But from the user perspective, when there are tons of services are integrated or supported on top of the XRP ecosystem, more user-friendly interface as well as a security is going to be key criteria for the mass adoption. That's how I see. So now another topic everyone is talking about is RWA, because I see that this is a bit very early stage. And the thing is, any access the real estate or the stock, bond, or etc. can be converted into tokenized asset. And on top of buying and selling, users can also purchase option, which is a 10% of the real estate. Because imagine that I can just purchase the 10% of the apartment in the New York Manhattan. In real world, that cannot be happen. But when it comes to the RWA, that is achievable. So you mentioned that, thank you very much for being a very loyal customer for the Decent Wallet. And, you mentioned that, what will be the distinguished security feature that I want to highlight. So the first one is the multi-chipset architecture, which is we are using the certified EAL secure chipset. That means, this secure chipset is going to generate your private key in offline and confirm the transaction. And secondly is that there is a firmware authentication, which I call as a secure operating system, because when this Decent Wallet is connected with our firmware download center, the first thing that we are going to check is whether the current firmware running at your hardware wallet is genuine. And of course, the fingerprint authentication is a much better or efficient and much more secure than the traditional PIN number entry. And there is a large screen to display the full transaction detail. Because the thing is, before you confirm the transaction, you have to make sure that the address that you are sending your cryptocurrency is ideally the same as what you see at the hardware wallet. And as I mentioned earlier, that there is a real time and the pre-signed scam detection is already being implemented. And lastly, that we already committed for the self-custody. That means that we are going to stay or keep this our company philosophy, and we are not going to make those kind of mistake that our competitor already made earlier.
Now, it says here on the top that their offline transactions have been offline. What is the significance of that in terms of just security?
Right, because when you just when it comes with the Bluetooth connectivity between the mobile app as well as a hardware wallet, people has some concern that what if that hacker has access for this communication protocol, which means that if the hacker has access for this Bluetooth communication path, there is a chance that this hacker could have any kind of access for your private key, which I understood. But the thing is, when it comes with the transaction confirmation, the confirmation is going to be done at the inside of the secure element app, secure element chip, and they are sending the transaction confirmation data without any private information. In other words, that even though the hacker has access for this Bluetooth communication protocol, the information that they are going to find out is whether this transaction is confirmed or rejected. And secondly, you are using the payment card as well as a passport. And this inside of the passport or the credit card or the SIM card, this is the same secure chip that we are using. That means that once this hardware wallet or the secure chip detects unauthorized access for the hardware wallet, it will wipe out entire information automatically without user's confirmation. Which means that you can just I would say you don't have to worry about it if someone steals the hardware wallet because they do not have your fingerprint information. The more important piece of information that you need to monitor is this 24C phrase.
Yeah, excellent. And that's a big concern of a lot of people. So the fact that you made that distinction with offline is very important because,
Yes,
and I
and
can't stress
encrypted.
this enough, most people that I've heard, yeah, and encrypted, and most people that I've heard that have gotten their wallets drained had warm wallets like Exodus, for example, where there was that type of connectivity and it was easier for people like bad actors to get in. So that's very
Right.
important.
I mean, there are sort of the pro and con compared with the cold wallet or the hot wallet. Frankly speaking, that when it comes with the user experience
Mhm.
perspective, that normally the hot wallet UI is much better than the cold wallet, and it's very easy to use, except for the onboarding process. But the thing is, if you start to use our decent mobile app, you are not going to see the difference between the any other hot wallet or the central exchange wallet compared with the decent wallet, because this is the single mobile app that you can connect with the thousands of different services. And when it comes with the transaction confirmation or the private key management, that your private key is going to be saved in the offline.
Yes. And if I may say so myself, just as a crypto user for almost a decade now, I found that the highest level of security in crypto often comes with the worst user experience, right? It's very technical and hard. That's what I've often found. But you
Yes.
guys have created this device and this wallet that has made the highest level I've seen with a very seamless time, right? So that's why I love you guys a lot as well. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, something that I've enjoyed is that typically anytime I've requested, that a coin be added to your wallet's compatibility, you've
Right.
you and the
So
team have
now,
had the capacity to fairly quickly add tokens to,
yes.
um, yeah,
Because a reason is that the current existing network that we are supporting from the decent side was integrated and developed by in-house technology, which means that from 8 years of experience in this crypto field as a wallet player, our core competency as well as the development experience has been already built in-house. So in other words, that whatever the new coin or the network is asked to be supported. That's why we can just, I would say, support those requirements when it comes with the time to market perspective. And of course, this is the ongoing effort, and this is our top priority because, we do not know that which network is going to be, I would say, sort of the hot or dead. So now, when it comes with our key criteria perspective, first, we are looking at the feasibility of the project and the reputation as well as a community requirement. So we are welcome or we are open to receive any kind of requirement for supporting any kind of network or the tokens. And you can just drop us an email or send us a message to our SNS Twitter channel. But you can just even create your own token creation for based on the 40 different networks. So all you have to do is just add account and select the custom and select the network and what account that is going to support the gas fee, and enter the smart contract address as well as a verified decimal. As soon as this process is done, your own customized token is going to be created at the Decent wallet. But to keep in mind that we are getting this price information from CoinMarketCap or the CoinGecko, and if this coin is not listed in those services, you are not going to see any price information. Only thing that you will see is just how many tokens that you are holding at the Decent wallet.
Now, this is a little bit to do with what I was asking about earlier in regards to XRP staking rewards. Is that something that's available for the
Yes,
community right
so
now?
right. So now, until now, that there are quite limits for, I would say, making your asset bigger or when it comes with the investment. That's why I already mentioned that the staking service in our development roadmap. So once this feature is available, that we are going to make a public announcement that okay, the staking service for the Bitcoin or the Ethereum or the Polkadot is supported at the Decent wallet. All you have to do is you just have to send your asset to the smart contract and get a certain sort of the yield or the profit from whatever the coin that you already send those services. And secondly, the XRP5 has a launch, and you can just check and how to use it. And I will just leave it up to you. But keep in mind that the service provider is the one that who runs this service, not Decent wallet. What it means is we are just connecting you to those services seamlessly. All you have to do is just click the few button, and you are going to be connected and start to use those kind of DeFi services. So now, when it comes with the sort of the security issue or the customer service, and keep in mind that those ownership has fall under this service provider, not by the Decent, because we are just self custody wallet provider.
Excellent. And this is one of my biggest pain points as well, and something I'm very curious about with you guys is what are the biggest risks?
So I think hacking the hardware wallet is physically impossible, because it does that your government as well as my government is going to make an announcement and force them to change all the credit card, passport, so on and so forth. But the thing is, majority of the security issue happen at the user side, because the first example is the malicious DApp approval and transaction simulation. Because when you see that there are certain services that guarantees the very high percentage of the return, you first need to check whether this service is a legit or not. And as soon as you connect your hardware wallet to those services and confirm the transaction, in other words, that you are authorizing them to have access to your private key. So please make sure that, of course, you have to do your homework by yourself. And please make sure that, you first check the service that you want to use and make sure that this service is legit. And another, I already posted another article in my LinkedIn and how to manage your, I would say, sort of the digital asset. That one of the simple rule is do not put your eggs in the single basket, which means that you can just have a multiple wallet. The first wallet is just going to save and keep it in the offline. You do not touch. And probably you can just put maybe 90% of the entire asset in the hardware wallet. And second one is another hardware wallet that you can connect those kind of services to get extra bonuses. So for the worst case, it happened that your 10% of the asset is going to be affected. And secondly, that I do not know how many times that I already emphasized that private key is the most important piece of information. But when we check our SNS channel as well as the internet, there are quite a number of cases that the hacker pretend they are the Decent wallet, and ask them to send message or create a direct message channel and ask them to share the 24C's phrase to get a technical support. And this is the most common way that cyber attack is happen. So you have to make sure that never share this information with anyone, even with a decent. That's why we are only collecting the technical, or we are only providing this technical support through the email only. We do not provide those kind of support by the SNS or any other channel, to make sure that people know that which channel they have to use to get any kind of support. And the third point is a fake app. And there are incidents that there was a decent desktop version. But please keep in mind that this desktop version is going to be launched sometime in next year. But right now, the decent wallet is only available in the mobile app from the Google Play or the Apple App Store. And there is a fake airdrop through the URL or the signing approval in line with the first one, malicious app. So if someone is guaranteed for the very high return, you have to be, I would say, suspicious, and you have to do your homework to check whether those services are legit or not. And when you just receive the hardware wallet from the first time, please make sure that these security stickers at the both sides of the hardware wallet gift box and the plastic wrap are not broken.
So here in this slide, it this one as well.
So from the beginning, I already emphasized that self-custody is our basic philosophy, which means that we are not going to allow any kind of third party, even the authorized party, to recover, or the escrow or the remote access is completely against our philosophy. So that means it's not going to happen at the decent wallet side. And the thing is, if you are not confident or not sure about managing your private key safely, probably the custody wallet should be the right choice. But when it comes with a self-custody, that means you have a full control of your private key. And there is many discussion that whether this sort of the firmware is open source or the closed source. But there is no firm evidence to approve the backdoor. But the open source has an ultimate, it's not an ultimate solution, because when you just look at the other IT providers such as a Microsoft or the Apple, their firmware or the operating system is not an open source, because probably you could see that open source should have sort of the advantage, but the thing is maintenance is another way that needs to overcome, because when someone put very bad code or the hacking code in the open source, you need to monitor whether the source is legit or not. So we are thinking of applying sort of the hybrid way, that all the firmware to managing ourselves or running this decent wallet can be open source, because it's not going to affect any kind of security issue. But when it comes with managing your private key, we are not going to you are not going to use any kind of open source, because it directly relates with your security issue.
Excellent. Now, one of the most important things that I've seen in regards to you guys is this specific slide. DCEN has had no security issues and no known hacks in its history since 2017, 2018. And I think that really speaks for itself.
Yes. So I think, there is just a proven record, and this record is going to be stay for another years, because, we do have a very big vision that everyone in the world would have any types of the decent wallet. It could be the hardware wallet or the app wallet. But the thing is, we are not going to tolerate, and we are going to build very strong security barriers, so that all the asset or the customer who are using the decent wallet will not face any kind of security issues at all. But once again, keep in mind that user side is completely your responsibility, and you have to make sure that follow all the tips that I already shared with you earlier.
Absolutely. Mr. Kim, thank you so much for taking the time out today just to talk about security and just the features and track record of Descent. Like I said, I take security in crypto very seriously because an ounce of prevention in crypto beats a pound of cure. The worst thing that could happen right before what we expect to be maybe the biggest bull run in history, the worst thing that could happen is losing your crypto over something silly like not spending about $100 for some arguably the highest grade security that retail has access to. So thank you. You're truly doing God's work, and anything you need from me, please don't hesitate to ask, sir. It was an absolute pleasure. And I know the XRP community is grateful that you took the time out to explain this as well.
All right. So thank you very much for having me. And it was a very pleasure session that you speak about, us as well as answer any sort of the question that you might have, and wish for the best success for your channel. And if you have any suggestion or proposal, just feel free to contact me.
Absolutely, Mr. Kim. We'll be in touch, and you have a blessed day. All right.
All right. God bless
Bye
you.
now.
Thank you.